why don't I just make this a video? If you want to make this very easy, let's go ahead. We're going to do a short little Q&A where you guys can ask me any question that you guys want. And the first one that I already got was, why are all other CCs such hypocrites? Now, obviously, this is a massive hyperbole. This is a massive exaggeration. Not every other CC is a hypocrite, but there are quite a few in this community, and I feel like we already know who a lot of those people are. And the reason why that is because you allow them to. You allow them to, as well as the community are also hypocrites. They are. They will say things like, oh, it's a casual game. Oh, it's a gacha game. Who cares? You're going to spend anyways. Man, this is so bad, but I have to pull for my job. And it's just like, okay, dude. All right. I believe in a world where gacha games don't inherently mean that the games are bad, that they can't stand up to real games. And I will say this, Wizardry, Variance Daphne is in my top 10 games of all time. Not top 10 gachas. It's my number one gacha. But the story alone from Act 1, oh my God, fucking amazing. And it might not be that for you, and that's absolutely a-okay, but just because a gacha game is a gacha game doesn't mean that it's bad. I mean, even Wuthering Waves was up there for quite a while, and it's got to be at least in my top 20. It's a good-ass game. Just saying it's a gacha game, so it has to be bad is just, well, it's just a brain-dead fucking take. It barely gives any polls. Yeah, I know. And you know what's great, Ubate? You don't need that many polls. That's a game where you can make anything fucking work. Whereas your mind has been polluted to where you think I need to be pulling all the time. If you re-roll like twice or just get lucky once, you can have an account that's fucking juiced. But even if you don't, you can make almost any character in the game work. Even the 3 stars are being used in endgame. So it's not Wizardry's fault that your brain is now Hoyo pilled where you think if I'm not pulling, I'm not winning. Yes, guys, there are some gacha games where the characters are just good when they're not the new premium banner unit. Hope this helps. You'll get enough to do a 10 poll like every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I think it's important to hold your content creators accountable. Yep. Now, the other problem is, I will say, there are a lot of people who are just fucking stupid, right? Like a lot of people want to say that, oh, Tectone, you're a hypocrite because if EO did this, you would react this way. Whereas if Mr. Pokey did this, you would react this way. Well, here's the difference. And I'm gonna blow your mind. I don't fucking like EO. I actually like Mr. Pokey. And with Mr. Pokey, the approach that I have with him is a disappointed father. EO, I just treat him like a dumbass. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully people understand the dichotomy of how people treat people differently based on their pre-existing relationships and based on what they think is the best way to deal with that instance. You can't deal with every problem with the same solution. I think he isn't that bad. I'm also gonna blow your mind. I don't give a fuck how you think about him. I know how I think about him. The way I feel about people isn't gonna be the same way that you feel about people. To quote a great man, it doesn't matter what you think. I feel that way. I have my reasons to feel that way. I've stated my reasons for feeling that way. If you disagree with those reasons, I don't care. Because in my mind, personal relationships are decided between the 2 parties between them, not the internet watching. I want to make that very clear. I don't care if people think I'm dating the wrong woman. I don't care if people think I have friends with the wrong people. I don't care. You want to know why? Because it doesn't involve y'all. I don't need people warning me to not talk to this guy. I don't need people saying, don't talk to this one. I think if you're a chatter and you do that, I think you're gay as fuck. I do. And I mean that on my whole soul. If you go into someone's chat and you say, oh my God, you watch this guy? Why don't you stop worrying about who people friends with or online and whether you approve of their relationship or not and go get some friends in real life because you are lonely and miserable as fuck. Next question. Any other question? What's going on? You are good at debating and standing on your point in different discussions. I'm really not good at debating. What I do is I just go, hey, here's what I do. I'm not good at debating, and I mean this genuinely. When I'm talking to somebody, I just say the truth, and I speak in facts, because if you are talking in things that are not rooted in reality, you've already lost. Do not engage in discourse if your position is based off of opinions and feelings. But if you go into something with rooted reality behind you, you will always win. I'm not good at debating. I just choose my fights very carefully based on what needs to be fought about. I just take easy fights. I say, oh, wow, this guy's being an idiot. Oh, wow, this guy's making things up. This guy said that this drink is blue. No, it's yellow. You want to know why? Because look at it. That's how you can tell it's yellow. You can also get this for 10% off. Happy Juice, gamersubs.gg using code BALDY. It's not hard. Like, think about the people I've beaten. You have Atsu, a guy with a fiction version of reality. You have Enviosity, a little soy bitch boy. Soul was a fucking idiot. I mean, I forgot about these people. They're not even worth remembering. Pokey's gone far, man. I'll be real. I haven't really been keeping up to date with what Pokey's saying. I got no idea. I got a lot of people telling me that he's a hypocrite and he's saying crazy ass shit. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I'm good. I muted him on Twitter. I just didn't want to see it anymore. I don't care. Right? Let him do his thing. Who cares? Are you done playing Hoyo games? Am I done playing the Hoyo games? I am done playing Genshin Impact. Am I done with Hoyo games? Yeah, no, I'm definitely done playing Honkai Star Rail. We'll see. You know what I mean? There's not really any reason to play it anymore. I myself have my own principles. The game is heading in a horrible direction. I think it's very impressive that a developer can consistently make a game worse the longer it goes on. It's very impressive. It blows my mind, to be honest. Wizardry is just the better game for me. I like games with meaningful story and hard combat that makes you think, and I get that in Wizardry. It's in a grittier style that's more old school that I understand Zoomers may not be a fan of, but that's the turn-based RPG that I enjoy. So I'm gonna just play that. There's not really any reason for me to play Honkai Star Rail anymore. Now, that being said, if the global passes were to be removed, they're not going to. The game's just heading in a poor direction. I don't really want to fuck with it anymore. Here's the other thing. If you play it and be proud. And I mean that genuinely. I don't have any issue with anybody who just plays the game. They say, I like the game. They say they don't mind the issues. Go, play it. It's fine. It's good. I think the game's good. It's just becoming too predatory for me. A spending event and a global passive, shut the fuck up. And I've already seen the leaks because there's 3 more global passives on the way. So I sure hope you guys all want those, because if you don't, your account is now infinitely worse for everybody else who pulled them for any other unit that's not even that same unit. You guys are cooked, that's fine. The only people that I have an issue with are people who say, oh man, this is so bad. Anyways, I'm gonna keep playing, guys. Shut the fuck up, bro. You don't care. You don't care? Just play the game, be a shill, be a mindless consumer, know your role, and shut your mouth. Don't sit there and try to play both sides. Know your role, shut your mouth. You're the mindless consumer that you are. Stop pretending that you're not. It's really that easy. Okay, so here we go. Wait, why does it matter if your account is worse than someone else's if it's a single player game? There are people and there are humans in another country captured by terrorists, and they're being tortured every day. But it's their life. It's not my life. So why do I care? Because the reality is that someone's life, someone's quality of life is being horrifically affected by malpractices. And even though it's not your life, I can still care on the behalf of someone else. And I think those living conditions aren't good. And I think those living conditions are going to cause people to spending money that they don't have and that they don't want to spend. And I think the overall quality of the game is heading in a negative direction. And I feel like it's really just that simple. I don't have to be affected for me to care. It's really that simple. Yeah, that's a rare thing coming from a white guy, right? In 2025, yeah, get this. I'm still empathetic for those that it affects, even though it is not me. I could go live and I could pull a C30 casterist and not even flinch. I don't care. Bro, I got C6 Cantarella like it was nothing. But the thing is, and I mean this, the reason why I get into so many issues is because I am and will always be chaotically supportive of the everyman consumer. Every single time I am on the consumer side, every single time. Consumers' rights and quality of life for consumers is everything to me. I lead that with my current businesses. I have a business, and I'm not gonna say which one this is, that is consumer and content creator first, not corporation first, which is the first in the United fucking States. The first one ever. Consumer rights, having a free market is so insane to me. The people that have an issue with me are corporate yes men, mindless consumers, corporate bootlickers. It has always been that way since day one. Who is the guy who got the Staff of Homa banner changed? Who was the guy with over 4.8 million views across 2 platforms, and 3 more so, to get a weapon banner changed by being pro-consumer? It's important. It's important. Because if I don't care about the consumer's experience, why the fuck would anybody else? You know who's not gonna care? The fucking corporations. You wanna know why? They don't see you as a human. They see you as a dollar sign. That is why I will always get into issues forever. It's never gonna stop. Because if somebody has the corporation side and does not have the consumer's back, we're going to have a problem. Because I don't want these people polluting my ocean. I don't want these people polluting my space. And it's very easy. Say what you mean what you say. When you say you don't support something, then don't go give it money. It's that easy. It's not hard. If you're gonna say something, then back up what you say. And if you're saying that and you're getting upset at people saying, well, you said this and you did that, well, then don't do that. It's not my fault that you're doing the bad thing. It's not my fault. There's a reason why I am one of the few streamers that actually pay some of my mods. To the mods who do a lot of work, they get paid. They get bonuses. My editors get 100% revenue of my subsidiary channels. My main editor gets 20% of what I make off of my main channel. My shorts editor, Long Domu, makes me around $200 a month, and I pay him $2,000 a month because I understand it's the right thing to do. And that's what's important to me. And I'm very passionate about this. One might say too passionate. Probably it's obnoxious to deal with. But as long as you, and I would like anybody to tell me otherwise, as long as somebody doesn't come at me with a personal attack, as long as somebody doesn't back a corporation and let them continue to get away with malpractices, we will never have an issue. And I feel like it's really that simple. And I don't think anybody can name me a time where I've ever had an issue with someone where one of those two things didn't happen. It's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, now obviously sometimes I'll meme and I'll make some jokes like the whole shit with Nintendo. But you got to understand there's a big difference between a joke and saying what I actually mean. How do you feel about Bloodborne 2 being exclusive to Switch 2? Well, I do believe that every game should be playable on every single platform. I understand that console exclusives just happen. Nintendo is a company that has been paraded with console exclusives, and to be honest, I think that's what makes them special, is they have a lot of exclusive IPs to just their console, and I'm okay with it, to be honest. I feel like there's no difference between owning an Xbox and owning a PS5, which is why I only have a PC and a fucking Switch, but console exclusives happen, and to be honest, usually console exclusives are better. But at the end of the day, man, just pirate your games. It's way easier. It doesn't matter what they charge in stores. I'm downloading that shit off LimeWire. Are you going to cover the VA drama as YouTube content? Those VAs are dumb as fuck. I mean, I'll be real, man. The Genshin VAs, the Hoyo VAs are just as fucking dumb as the community they make the product for. There are obviously some people who are like that don't fit that mold, but there's, oh man, there's so many fucking dumbasses in that community. It's insane. I remember there was VAs threatening other VAs to where if they were to talk to me and do content with me, they'd be kicked out of their little clique. It's pathetic. And I'll be real, man. The Paimon voice actor is so fucking stupid, it hurts. Holy shit. They were bitching about me to other VAs because I was shit-talking the character Paimon, and they're so fucking dumb. They thought I was shit-talking them as a person. I wasn't then, but now I am. You gotta try to be that fucking retarded. Best game of all time. Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. For me, that's my favorite game of all time. I love it. It was almost Wukong, and it was too hard. That fight was so hard. And I was like, Fable 3 was peak? Nah, Fable 2 was better. Did you quit ZZZ? Don't know if you answered the question. So my thing with ZZZ is that I want to play it. Well, that's not true. I don't really want to play it. I just jerk off to the game so much that I think I want to play it. The UI makes no fucking sense to me. I don't know what I'm doing whenever I play the fucking game. Yeah, nah, it's just kind of like a muddled cesspool of just like, I just don't get it. I might uninstall, but I don't know. I feel like the story's like kind of fun. I really like the characters. I do. I really like that ZZZ is supposed to be a combat game, but it's just like not to me. It's not. ZZZ is a story game for me. It's a story game, and it's not supposed to be that way. I just like Wuthering Waves way better because everything makes sense. I get it, but I'm like in this crossroads with ZZZ where like 2.0 is really gonna have to fix the fucking game for me because like I just don't get what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, right now the games that I like are Limbus Company, Wizardry, and Wuthering Waves. That being said, I'm still super down to see what they got going for it. It's not too far gone. I do believe Miyabi is gonna be a disaster for what's to come in terms of power balancing their characters. But right now, I mean, I just fucking love ZZZ porn so much, I'll probably keep in touch. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there any difference between the CCs who said Castro's passive is bad, but still pulled her, and the CCs that said Malvika Sitlali banner is bad, but still pulled her? No. No, it's legit the exact same thing. Don't say something is bad and then play it. Don't say, oh, this practice is bad, and then still spend money on it. If people want to get upset at me and say, why are you saying that? Bro, it's as easy. Just say, oh, you're right, I was being a little bit hypocritical. And then move on. Doro, no, the other Doro. What's his name? Brand Online. He did the exact same thing. Brand Online said, oh, you're right. I was being a hypocrite. Yeah, you were. Just own that shit and move forward. Don't play both sides because that shit is cringe as fuck. This issue is as big of an issue as you want to make it. If your false sense of pride, if your false image that you are so desperately trying to push forward is that important to you, that's your problem, not mine. Be yourself, say what you mean what you say, and you will live a much happier life. But if someone disestablishing this false sense of this identity, this false identity that you push so hard is so important for you to keep, I recommend seeking therapy if it makes you that upset when someone says, hey man, you did this thing and you said that you're like this, but then you did that. What the fuck, dude? Why are you causing drama? It's just not drama. That's your issue. Deal with that shit. And I don't know what else you want me to say, right? I don't say none of this to put anybody down. I don't say none of this to try to piss anybody off. My thing is, and I want you guys to give me this question. Give me this answer, right? When someone is actively being a hypocrite, and I say you're a hypocrite, and they get upset at me for saying that, I want you to tell me this question. What else am I supposed to do? What else was I supposed to say? You want me to lie for you? Am I supposed to lie? Because that ain't gonna help. The only way that you get better is if you acknowledge your own shortcomings. I do that for every friendship. I do that for every relationship. I apologize if me saying, hey man, you did this thing. Why'd you say that I did that thing? Because you did this thing. If me saying your own actions upsets you, that's not my issue. You need to be accountable for your own actions. And I really don't do it out of a place of spite. I really don't do it out of a place of hatred. I'll be real. And, you know, I had a conversation with Braxophone about this the other day too, because I think he's being a little bit of a hypocrite. And I talked to him about it. He handled it completely fine. It is what it is. He's like, oh yeah, you're kind of right. It is what it is. It's really not that hard. So, you know, I don't do this shit for any malice. And I mean this gently. I got nothing but love for Brax. I love that guy. I think it's important to just hold your friends accountable. And you don't got to be a massive bitch about it. That's for sure. There's only so much you can do. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Did you kiss him? Yeah, man, absolutely. Did you talk to Box about it? Box has legit just said that he's a mindless shill and that global passes are good and he's going to pull anyways. So, Box is low-key owning it, as far as I'm concerned. Box just says, yep, you're right. I'm a mindless consumer. Oh, well. Mr. Pokey, I have no idea what Mr. Pokey has said and or done. I have no idea. I have no idea. Last time we had a conversation, he told me that he doesn't want me watching his clips. He doesn't want me reacting to his clips. And I said, okay. I haven't watched his stream. I haven't seen any of his clips. I have him muted on Twitter because I like Mr. Pokey, but sometimes the shit he says on stream pisses me the fuck off. So I just don't watch. It's that easy for me. And I know if we were ever to do shit together again, I'd love it. Because I do, and I mean this genuinely, I got a lot of love for him. I mean, I invited that guy to my house. He's met my cats. But yeah, I think he has a YouTube video. Well, maybe I'll watch it. The other thing is that I have a really hard time actually finding out how Mr. Pokey actually thinks or not. Because I do think a lot of his viewpoints are horrendously misconstrued. However, I do think he also does bend the version of reality and just say whatever's convenient at sometimes. So it's kind of hard to understand how he actually feels. Yeah, so, okay, most important question, strawberry or chocolate milk? Chocolate milk's way better. Okay, great. Anyways, that's it, I'm out.